Hey friends, welcome back to another video. Today I have a few things I want to talk about. It's no secret if you've been watching my channel for the last few months that I have made some changes to my diet over the past year. I've made a transition from a more ketogenic diet to a less ketogenic diet, adding in some whole food carbs. If you have not heard me talk about what my current diet looks like and the macros I'm eating and the kinds of foods I'm eating, I will put a video up in the cards for you to check out because this video is not necessarily about my whole diet. So as I've transitioned from a ketogenic diet, obviously there's been some changes in the foods I'm eating, obviously. There's also been a lot of things that haven't changed. It's not like I went from a carnivore diet to a vegan diet where every single food on my plate had to be switched out and I'm eating completely different food now. My plates these days are probably 75% the same foods that I have been eating for many, many years throughout my ketogenic diet journey. But because of the addition of carbs into my diet, one thing that has changed is the keto recipes and keto products that I use on a regular basis. When I was on a ketogenic diet, there are certain recipes that I enjoyed making because they were kind of look-alike recipes. I wasn't eating carbs, so I would have something that looked similar to carbs, something that would function in the same way as carbs, like a bread, for example. So as I have been thinking through the recipes that I've let go by the wayside and the recipes that I continue to use even as I'm adding carbs back to my diet, it's made me think about the value in the recipe, and sometimes the value in a keto lookalike recipe is simply that it reminds you of the real thing that you don't consume anymore, like a cauliflower rice. It kind of stands in for rice on your plate. And then there are other recipes that maybe have value because they remind us of something else, or they function in the same way as something else. But then beyond that, they have value in and of themselves because of how delicious they are, or other factors. So I have a few recipes that, even though I'm adding carbs back to my life, I still continue to use. And I specifically have gotten the question about egg white bread quite a few times recently, so I want to definitely address that. And then I'm going to talk about a few more recipes that I continue to make and continue to consume that I feel like have value in and of themselves, even beyond keto, even though they are keto-friendly recipes. And then after that, I want to talk about products in the same way, because there are a lot of great companies that I work with, either explicitly keto companies or companies that have keto-friendly products. And I have had to work through which products actually have value to me beyond just the fact that they're keto, and which products do I continue to consume because I enjoy them so much that I would continue to consume them even though I can have carbs now. So we're going to go through all that, and I do have a special sale going on with Perfect Keto, which is, spoiler alert, one of the companies and set of products I'm going to be talking about, and I have an exclusive sale with them right now. So if you are interested in stocking up on some Perfect Keto products, definitely stick to the end and I will give you all the details on that. But let's start off with the question of egg white bread. Is egg white bread one of the things that I consume still because I have found that it has value outside of just being a good keto replacement food? The answer to that is no. I do not still consume egg white bread. I have not made egg white bread for quite a while. I think the last one I made maybe was the keto sourdough from Low Carb Spin. I did a video on that, testing that out. And I have found that I don't need it. It's not serving a really useful purpose for me right now. If I really want bread, which I have occasionally, I will make no-knead einkorn bread, which I've gotten lots of people asking me to share that recipe, and I will be doing that in a video soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. But if I really want a bread, an actual bread, I can make the no-knead einkorn bread, and let's be honest, real bread tastes better than egg white bread. I don't think that's a secret to anybody. I don't know that anyone would be completely fooled by the egg white bread, even though I am very happy with the recipes that I have worked on and tweaked, and I think I made some really delicious egg white bread recipes, but I am under no illusion that those are fooling people into thinking they're artisan sourdough loaves or anything like that. Like they function as bread. You can make a sandwich with them. They are good in their own way, but they don't hold a candle to regular bread. I also want to touch on some comments that I've gotten about how people miss my old egg white bread recipe videos. And honestly, my response to that is, even if I was eating a keto diet, I probably wouldn't be making egg white bread recipes, at least not often, because I feel like I explored that genre of recipe just so thoroughly that I don't feel like there's a lot farther that I could go with it. I feel like I came up with some really delicious egg white breads, and those recipes I think still stand for those that are on a keto diet, either on a keto diet or looking for ways to just really increase your protein. I think those recipes are fantastic for that, and I don't see a lot of advancements in those recipes. So I'm really thankful that I took the time to work on those recipes, because I do know that they have been helpful, because you have shared with me that they have been helpful for you on your keto journey, and also for inspiring other people to give up, maybe regular bread and have just a little bit of a stepping stone into a healthier diet. So I'm really happy with the work that I put into creating those recipes and, tweaking and adjusting and experimenting. And that was a really fun time, but it's something that I did, and I think I'm finished. Then beyond that, the egg white powder issue keeps coming up. And this has been a really frustrating thing throughout the whole journey, the egg white bread journey. Egg white protein powder or egg white powder, dried egg whites, all the same thing, as long as the only ingredient is egg whites. There have been so many obstacles to getting a good and affordable egg white powder. And over the years, I have found a good option, then they changed and ended up not being a good option. And it's just been extremely frustrating to try to manage that. And then on top of that, everyone's kitchen is different. Everyone's weather and humidity is different. And so egg whites are inherently difficult to work with under normal circumstances, but trying to create a recipe in my own kitchen with my own humidity and weather and all of that, and then having people replicate that in their kitchens that are different. There's a lot of frustration from people about recipes not turning out the same way that it turned out for me. And because the ingredients are very expensive, that just amplifies the frustration. So for me, just putting the egg white bread aside for all of those reasons is the right choice for me. And like I said, the recipes still exist. They're on my recipe blog. Also, all of my egg white bread videos. I have a whole playlist with all different variations of the egg white bread and different ways you can use it, different applications for it. So if you ever, miss the egg white bread days, just head over to that playlist and you'll be transported back to that beautiful time. So now I'm going to quickly share a few recipes that are keto, low carb, high protein that I still continue to make even though I am adding carbs back to my life. The first one is my protein breading recipe. This was a mind-blowing recipe for me. When I first made it, I was like, this is magical because it is nearly 100% protein with a little bit of fat from the pork rind crumbs, and it tastes like panko breadcrumbs. Like when I made chicken strips with this protein breading and fried them in bacon grease, it was like I was eating a panko breaded chicken strip. It did not taste like a look-alike, like a fake out. It was amazing. And to this day, it is my family's favorite breading recipe, aside from my son who is allergic to eggs. Sadly, he can't consume it, but everybody else really loves this breading. And so I will make chicken strips, I will make chicken nuggets, I'll make fried chicken, I'll make onion rings. That is a big favorite. Fried fish or fish sticks are a fantastic use for this breading. I also have a recipe for Parmesan garlic chicken wings made in the air fryer with this breading, and then like the Parmesan garlic. Oh my gosh, they are so good. As it stands right now, we are all super happy with the protein breading, and that's something that I will continue to use for the foreseeable future. Next recipe is another one that actually uses the protein breading. I swear this stuff is so versatile, but it is my sausage ball recipe, keto sausage balls, and it uses the protein breading in place of what the original recipes would have Bisquick. And Bisquick, sadly, is not one of the carbs that I've added back to my diet. So I will absolutely continue to make the sausage balls with the protein breading. I have 3 different versions of the sausage balls, the original, and they all have cream cheese. So it's like a cream cheese sausage ball. And then I did a jalapeno popper sausage ball that had diced up jalapenos and bacon in it. So good. And then I also made a buffalo chicken sausage ball, and I used like chopped up celery in there and the Frank's Red Hot sauce and dip them in blue cheese. I think I even mixed blue cheese into the sausage balls also. Those are all fantastic recipes, perfectly keto, very high protein, also high fat, and definitely a recipe that will stay in my regular rotation, no matter how many carbs I end up adding to my diet. Then the last recipe that I will mention here real quick that I will continue to have in my rotation is the keto crackers from Low Carb Spin. I did 2 videos on these crackers. I did the first video on just making their recipe as is, and then I did another version, and I think I was using a beef protein powder instead of I think it was a dairy-free, that's what it was. I was making a dairy-free version. I used beef protein powder instead of the whey protein powder that they used in the recipe. And then I switched out the Parmesan cheese for nutritional yeast. So I have both of those videos on my channel, but definitely check out Low Carb Spin. These crackers are so savory and crispy and delicious that they're worth continuing to make, even though I could go to the store and buy carby crackers if I wanted to. I do love the Simple Mills like almond flour crackers, but like these keto crackers are equally as good. Okay, now we are going to move on to keto products. First one, and I'm sure this is no surprise to you that watch me regularly, that is Keto Chow. And I have to show off my beautiful rainbow Keto Chow containers. These containers are great for organizing Keto Chow in your pantry. If I can find these on Amazon, I will link them down below. This makes me really happy to have these beautiful rainbow packages with the new packaging. You can totally do the rainbow order. It makes me so happy. This is like the fruitier flavors because they're the more colorful. I have another container like this in my pantry that has like all the brown flavors because there's lots of caramels and cookies and cream and chocolate and all kinds of delicious like chocolatey caramely flavors that are more of a brown gradient. So Keto Chow is a nutritionally complete meal shake, and it's a few times a week that I am just really busy. I'm running out the door and I need something to have on the go for my meal. So I mix up a Keto Chow and I can take it. I use it for convenience. Next up is Equip Their main product that I use on a regular basis is the Prime Protein and typically the chocolate. They have a lot of flavors. I think the chocolate is the best flavor. These are sweetened with stevia. It's beef protein, so super high quality protein. And I will use this mixed into my yogurts. I love that. Gives a really nice like chocolatey mousse type flavor to my yogurt. And then the other thing I will do with this is I will add a scoop of it to my keto chow. So it basically doubles the protein in the shake, and the flavor combo goes really well. The chocolate keto chow with the chocolate Prime Protein, fantastic. And then I can also do things like adding the chocolate protein to the salted caramel keto chow, make a caramel chocolate, like all kinds of flavor combinations you could do with all the flavors of Prime Protein, all the flavors of keto chow. This is just like a staple product in my pantry. Adding carbs has not changed that. Next up is Marigold Foods. Marigold Foods, their like flagship product is their whey protein, and same kind of thing. I use this in my yogurt. I also enjoy adding this to my keto chow shakes if I want to bump up the protein. They have a lot of delicious flavors. This is just a super high quality whey protein, so great way to bump up the protein in your diet if you struggle with getting enough protein. Marigold also has some delicious collagen products. They have some great flavors. This is one of my favorites. It's the horchata collagen, very cinnamony and creamy, very, very delicious. And then they also have various bars and fat bombs. And fat bombs are a very keto thing. And I don't eat a lot of fat bombs anymore, but the Marigold Food fat bombs are absolutely delicious. And they are sweetened with allulose and stevia. And so definitely keto friendly, but they're another one of those things that I will have, as a treat at the end of my meal, or I will have in the morning, like if I'm trying to get a little bit of something in my stomach before I go work out, but I don't want to eat a giant meal. I'll have a fat bomb from Marigold Foods. I love the size of these. They're just enough. One thing I love about Marigold Foods is that they offer sample packs of nearly all of their products. So if you don't know if you're gonna like an entire bag of the whey, you can order a little sampler pack for very cheap, and you can test it out before you commit to a big bag. Okay, now on to Perfect Keto. I have loved Perfect Keto products for so long, and speaking of recipes that I will still continue to make even though I am not 100% keto anymore, the Perfect Keto cheesecake. Oh my goodness, I partnered with Perfect Keto a couple of years ago and developed some keto cheesecake recipes using some of their keto collagen and MCT oil powder and the flavors in there. They turned out so delicious. That is one keto recipe where you could probably serve it to anybody and they wouldn't know that it was keto. They're so good, and there's so many options for flavors. The products that I still use from Perfect Keto are the MCT oil powder. Even though I'm not eating a fully ketogenic diet anymore, I do still see great benefit in medium chain triglycerides and having those added to your diet. So I love that I can do that in a delicious way. And then also the collagen powder. Their keto collagen powder has both MCT oil and collagen in it. So it's a little bit of a unique collagen supplement, or it's a food. I don't know that you'd call it a supplement, but it has the MCT oil powder added. So if you want the benefits of both, this is a great option. And then the other product that I'm still absolutely obsessed with from Perfect Keto is the collagen protein bars, and not any of them, specifically the peanut butter chocolate chip. These just hold their own. You don't have to be keto to enjoy these. And these are definitely something I still use as a convenience. Throw one in my purse if I'm running out the door and I might need a snack later. They're delicious and handy. I love having that as an option. Okay, so the details on the exclusive Perfect Keto sale. This is not a sale you'll find anywhere else. They did this special for me to share with you guys. And the deal is you can get 30% off if you buy 3 or more Perfect Keto products. So it can be any of the Perfect Keto products on their website. Just add 3 of them to your cart, and then you're going to use the coupon code IndigoNili20. Usually that coupon code gives you 20% off, but during this special 3-day period, it will get you 30% off as long as you get those 3 or more items in your cart. So I will have the link down below so you can check that out. If you want to stock up on some Perfect Keto goodies, definitely recommend the strawberry MCT oil powder, and then the peanut butter chocolate chip bars. You got to get some of those. So anyways, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks so much for sticking with me even as I transition to different foods in my diet. Some things change, but some things definitely still stay the same. So I appreciate you guys that have stuck with me. I will see you again in the next video.